Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys took advantage of the dips last night. Well, I guess it was probably around 6 to 8. Some really nice opportunity to buy. I certainly did. Took advantage of some stuff with Matic. And really happy to do that because they're getting, again, going to get 16.16% interest on Celsius from Matic, right? And so, I was looking at some different stuff, some different low cap. I don't know if you would consider a low cap coin, but different prices, 3 cents or less, and just 3 cents or less. Looking to see, well, what's the thing that's obviously we know it's easy to go from 1 cent to 2 cents. Than it is to go from $1 to $2. So what are those things out there in the market where I can perhaps go from 1.5% to 2 cents or 1.5% to 3 cents? That type of deal, less than a penny to 1 penny, right? Maybe something like Hollow Chain, something like that. This is what I did with reserve rights, right? RSR, less than a penny, right? 0.008 or just under 0.008, if you will. And now it's 1 point something cents, right? And so you're able to make yourself a few $100 or $300, $400, $500, $600, on something like that, right? And so that's a pretty cool deal. So I was looking for some other things. And then I was looking at overall, like, really kind of looking at, what percentage should I want to just keep in stable coins at 10.5% and what percentage should I want actually out in the market, obviously able to make greater gains than 11% a year, right? And so, so you have to kind of weigh those different things. And the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I thought, well, I need to deploy probably 30 to 50% from what I had allocated and what we had allocated in stable coins and kind of get that into the market, take advantage of the low prices. And then obviously we all know there's, greater gains, right? So you don't have to risk all what you have in stable, but take advantage. If you got this cash, right? If you have, for example, thousands of dollars in stable coins, right? Do you want 100% in the stable coins? Or do you want to have a portion of that, 30, 40, 50% in the market on things that the things that you've done your research on, that can give you greater gains during a bull run, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. So the opportunity for you to double, triple, right? Double or triple your average is right. That's, you have a greater chance in some places in the market. Just what places are those, right? That's the question. And so if you're doing your homework, if you're leveling up your digital asset IQ, you probably know of some, right? You probably know of some. I know we went into the market with Anchor, right? Nice gains on Anchor. We went into the market with Elron, right? And so that's still 50-50 on that, whether that's going to be a good one or not, right? So, V-Chain, right? If you get, there was a portion of the night yesterday where V-Chain was less than a penny, right? So again, it's, what are those things, 3 cents or less, right? Some people, are good enough to do 6 cents or less, but what are those things 3 cents or less? You have an opportunity to double your money or triple your money, right? Because you're not doubling your money in a stable coin 11.5% a year. You're just safely saving. You're safely saving and earning interest on that savings, right? And so it kind of depends where you are in your life. It depends on where you are in terms of what you're trying to gain. And I'm just looking at that there, and I'm like, I can better deploy the assets, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Right now, I just took a 1/10, if you will, put it in the Matic, and that's what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at Matic, right? For me, first of all, 16% interest on Celsius. go out and put, let's pick a number. Let's say you do 1,000. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just hypothetical, $1,000 in the Matic, right? At 1 cent, right? 1 cent, 0.13, right? Right now it was 104 Satoshi. Now I think it's 101 Satoshi early this morning, right? And so what's the chances of that going from 101 Satoshi to 200 Satoshi, right? It's easier to go from 101 to 200, all right? Or 101 to 202, right? And so you're right. You got to look at the volume. You got to look at what the project is doing. You got to do your homework on the company, on the people behind it, and say, well, is that going to go from a little over 1 cent, 0.14? Is that going to go to 2 cents? There's a pretty good gain if it goes from 0.14 to 2 cents. There's a pretty good gain if it goes from 0.14 to 2.5 cents, right? So anyway, that's what I was kind of looking at. And if you guys have any comments you want to weigh in on that, I would definitely love to hear from you guys in the comments. But that's what I was doing last night. That's what I will continue to do today. Right now, I'm not sure if the best option is to be 100% safe. In other words, 100% in stable coins at 11.5% APY or 10.5% APY. If you're on Celsius in the US, and it might be 13% if you're outside of the US, right? Because you can earn and sell. So for me, I was like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, not so safe. Not probably the best overall move. Understanding that you don't lose your money until you sell the asset, right? And so the risk is greater, but the reward is greater. And for me, it's worth the risk reward ratio is significant enough to take a shot at something like reserve, right? Going from where it is at 1 cent to 2 cents or 3 cents, something like Matic, where it is going from essentially 1 and 1.012 or 0.14 cents going to 2 cents or 3 cents. You see what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's a better opportunity to double, if not even triple your money, right, in those spaces. So just some food for thought. This is kind of where I've been thinking. I just wanted to kind of turn you guys on to kind of where we are, what we're kind of looking at, and really, really weighing that, right? Really, really weighing what that looks like. Really, really excited. I got my daughter. She got the Celsius downloaded. Really, really excited. For some reason, Miss Crypto Caesar's phone, which is the same phone as my daughter has, and she cannot create a wallet for some reason. Hitting the button, it ain't doing anything. So I'll have to reach out again to the people at Celsius and let them know what the issue is there. But guys, let's get into some very, very interesting stuff from Brad Garlinghouse that he tweeted yesterday. Again, you know, when Brad's out there kind of tweeting stuff, like it's not for no reason, right? It's for a pretty important reason. Us Galvatrons. What did I do with I had a really good one from Brad that I wanted to share with you guys. Gosh, I'll have to pull it up again. But I think it's hugely, hugely important. When Brad gets out there and does some stuff, it's for a reason. Here's the first one, and I'll go on his site, on his Twitter, and find the other one that I think is important as well. But congrats, Brad Garlinghouse. Congrats on a very strong quarter. Proud to be a partner in MoneyGram's digital growth transformation. You get that? There's no doubting the network's growth and benefit for customers. Right? When Brad puts something out, Joel puts something out, it's for a reason. In my opinion, a very significant reason. I don't think that Joel Katz, David Schwartz got on YouTube a year or so ago, maybe a year ago, and talked about the proposal, stablecoin proposal. Right? David's busy, right? Why did he get on YouTube and put out, again, why did he get on YouTube and put out a video about the stablecoin proposal for XRP in the ledger? Bored? You know, he's not busy, you know, doing some stuff on that ledger, making XRP better. Right. For me, there's a reason, right, for it. Um, it's strategic. And even if it's only to get more eyes on what's going, what's possible, it's very, very strategic. So here's Brad reminding the world, the masses, and the power that be, that MoneyGram is improving their business model because of the partnership with Ripple and its technology. So MoneyGram today reported strong third quarter 2020 financial results. Check them out here. So operating in, again, right? How many times have we said on this channel that we believe that the MoneyGram's use of ODL, which uses XRP, was a proof of concept for Wall Street. For Wall Street, right? Because, you know, people from, you know, Wall Street understand MoneyGram's business model, right? And when Wall Street got the word, because you know they got the word that MoneyGram, the second largest, you know, in that business model, second largest, right, behind Western Union, is using this fintech's out of San Francisco software, and they're using crypto. They're using crypto. Well, was it Bitcoin? No. Was it that ethereum thing? No. It's not the ethereum thing. It's XRP. It's Ripple. XRP, I think. Is it Ripple or is it XRP? I think they call it XRP. Yeah, they're using that. Really? Well, how are they doing? What's going on? Why were they using it? What, right? You don't think that if you and I were listening to those quarter reports, right, from MoneyGram, do you think Wall Street was on that call? In fact, Wall Street was on, not only listening to the call, they were on the call asking questions. How is this, you know, how is this thing helping your bottom line? What, right? You see what I'm saying? Proof of concept. Wall Street's proof of concept was MoneyGram using ODL. So here are some results. Operating income. That makes the ears perk up and eyes open up a little bit on Wall Street. Operating income increased 123%. And adjusted EBITDA increased 33% year over year. And I forget what the EBITDA means, but I'm sure you guys know because you're sharp. You can just let me know in the comments what that is, right? Delivered 5% year-over-year revenue growth for money transfer, led by 10% transaction growth. These are positives. Achieved 176% year-over-year MGO cross-border transaction growth for the quarter. These are the numbers that Wall Street are listening to. These are the numbers that are looking for and paying attention to. Pretty good stuff. What else it says here? Return to revenue growth for the quarter. 3 consecutive quarters of adjusted EBITDA growth. 9 months of triple-digit cross-border MGO growth. Tens of millions of loyal customers. Tens of millions. Now let's go find another Brad Garlinghouse tweet. Let's go tweet some retweets here and find that for you. Other one I wanted to share with you. There it is right here. Huge, all capitals, huge pivotal steps from the New York Department of Financial Services. Let's all be part of the solution for the global climate crisis, not exacerbate the problem. As more companies like Square, RH, MicroStrategy, and PayPal hold or provide services for BTC, critical to mitigate carbon impact and use more energy efficient assets, right? So that's just a stab at Bitcoin, right? We all know about the CEO of MicroStrategy because I told you guys in my last video to go check out that interview with him and Raul Paul on Real Vision Finance, right? MicroStrategy, the CEO, Michael Saylor, took the company's cash flow, not cash flow, but cash reserves, just happened to be several $100 million, and he put it into BTC, right? Put it into BTC. But what Brad is saying here is we got to really focus on the climate, and BTC in its current state ain't gonna work. Now they can go get on that net carbon, right? They can hook up with the people that Ripple hooked up with and put their ledger and provided that net carbon zero thing. Forget the name of it right now. The name, can't remember the name, but remember when they decided to commit to making that ledger, carbon free? And Bitcoin can do the same thing if they choose to. I don't know why they wouldn't. Energy Web, right? Energy Web, and partner with another company, I can't remember the name of it, right? To provide that. Why would you not do it? Right? Why would you not do it? I get the miners, like, they're scared to do anything because they're making so much cash on a broken blockchain. They don't want to switch and do anything, but this global climate thing will probably make them have to do it. So here's what he's responding to this tweet from Linda Lacewell. With prior letter to insurers and this to banks and other financial institutions, including cryptocurrency, all New York Department of Financial Services regulated entities must address the financial risk of climate change. There is no time to wait. And again, when Brad gets out there and starts tweeting about a thing, it is for a reason. Here's something else here, interesting thing here. The US is out of sync with other G20 markets. I spoke with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse about the crypto company's threat to leave the US. He said he was in London recently and that the UK's FCA offered clarity that XRP is not a security. The UK's FCA and Singapore's MOS have been leaders for years, says Brad Garlinghouse, in providing clarity on using trading assets. No surprise that both countries have traditional FIs leaning into using this technology. DPS pre-announcement today is a prime example. The announcement that they kind of retracted there a little bit, just a little bit, maybe got out there too soon, right? So pay attention to what Brad is doing and saying and tweeting. It is always for a reason. It's very, very strategic. And then David Schwartz commented on Brad Garlinghouse's tweet about the NYDFS. Love that crypto is going mainstream, but the environmental impact went way up, especially if you only support energy heavy assets. XRP was built specifically to use negligible amounts of energy. In good news, there's a tool, there it is right there. There's a tool to decarbonize emissions for in all capital letters, in all capital letters, any blockchain. And I got to tell you, if the people from Bitcoin, right, decide to do that and take advantage of this energy web thing, that's going to be a lot, right? that's going to be some big bonuses for them. Right, we all we all get this slow and costly and expensive, but if they can check a box on that carbon thing, all the people that got into Bitcoin early, they're gonna start talking about that and praising that. Voorhees of the world, right? Certainly the dude from MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, will be happy about them doing that, right? So just pay attention to that. David Schwartz again tweeting out something that is hugely important. The great thing about where we are as XRP hodlers is that XRP was already designed to do that. And in addition to that, the people from Ripple and XRP Ledger Foundation decided to take advantage of energyweb.org/technology and commit to making that ledger carbon free. So decarbonize emissions, right? So absolutely love that. What else did I want to share with you guys? Before I'm going to let you guys listen to a video that I talked about Be careful of the scams out there, guys. This is a shout out to James Rule XRP for sharing this. What's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for taking your time, your energy, and resources to share with this community. We appreciate you big time. Guys, if you're on Twitter and you hang out there, definitely follow James Rule XRP. It's at Rule XRP. He's constantly sending me stuff. It's just a great value add to the community. But just some scams out there, guys. I got to be careful. There's an email going out. It's getting, getting people's emails alleging to be Ripple. Looking everything like a Ripple email. Looking everything like a Ripple email. And it's not Ripple. It's not Ripple Labs. So be very, very careful. Again, don't click on stuff. If you want to know if it's legitimate, reach out to Ripple Labs and say, hey, I got this thing. Don't click on it. I got this thing. Take a screenshot of it. Is this from you guys? Right? The phishing scams are going to start ramping up big time. So you got to be careful. I also saw a tweet from someone saying that they got something from Ledger, people hold these Nano S's and these Nano X, and a similar thing with the Ledger. So just be careful, guys. Don't click if you're not sure. Again, get out of that email, right? Don't click on it. Go to a separate thing and reach out. If you can call them. Reach out, email them directly and say, hey, this is what I got. Is this from you guys? That's the best way to avoid the phishing scams, because they're trying to get our money. This is interesting, and I want to share this again from James Rule. That dude, James Rule, talks about Hawaii's latest smartphone comes with a central bank digital currency wallet for the digital yuan. That, my friends, is heavy. Hawaii's? Yeah, the Hawaii phone, Huawei. Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I think it's Hawaii, something like that, right? But they make the smartphones, right? Yeah, CBDC wallet in the phone. I think that's interesting. But I want to share this from you guys, and I'm going to end with this little video here because I really want you guys to check this out. This is George Gammon on YouTube. Bretton Woods 2.0, the IMF's plan for total control, right? For total control. So he is obviously not a fan of what the IMF is looking to do, right? Because ultimately he believes it's going to be, kind of taking over everything. But there is a part for us in the digital asset space that could maybe perhaps be favorable to us. But the important thing to understand, though, is that we are a small part of the overall globe, right? So let's take a listen to this. So just because it's good for us doesn't necessarily mean that it's good overall for the globe. And we don't know if XRP is going to be this particular thing, but just check this out.
Right back to the IMF's own website, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. A number of analysts have suggested that any ambitious reform of the SDR should also embrace the private use of this global currency. Right now, you can't buy groceries at the grocery store with SDRs, but they're saying that they want that to be a reality in the future. This could include using SDRs to denominate private or government bonds, or as a unit of account in commercial transactions, for example, in commodity pricing. A virtual SDR could facilitate the SDR's use in private transactions, creating a global cryptocurrency. And I think this next part is extremely important. This would certainly be preferable to existing crypto assets, all of which have experienced highly volatile prices. They're taking dead aim at Bitcoin, and they want the SDR, or a crypto digital version of the SDR, to be the global currency that they control.
Right. And so here's the issue with that, right? And so here's the challenge with it. And so for us, right, for that small percentage of the world that is in digital assets, we get excited when we hear this global cryptocurrency. But what is the trade-off right? What's the trade-off for what the IMF is looking to do? So what I encourage you to do is decide for yourself, right? Make sure that, you know, the conclusion that you come to is based upon your own research and your own due diligence. That's why I encourage you to come check out this video and kind of level your IQ up, if you will, for the bigger picture, for the bigger picture. And so it's an interesting thing. So 2 channels I would encourage you strongly to check out. George Gammon's channel, George Gammon, there it is right there. And Raoul Paul. Now the name of it is Real Vision Finance. Go check that video out. Check out that interview with him and Michael Saylor, 2 hours. Grab your favorite libation, grab a notepad and pen, listen to Michael Saylor. You will definitely, I believe, level up your IQ. So what's the overall answer to whether the WEF? I was listening to Digital Asset Investor, right? Not a big fan of what the WEF is looking to do overall, right? Anything that talks about trying to end capitalism is not good in my book, and not in our home, being that we are heavily into free enterprise, right? Heavily, right? And so, yeah, so make your own decisions on what they're looking to do as well. But what are the answers is you being able to acquire assets and to perform your own banking functions. You have to be able to acquire assets and provide your own banking solutions. Those are a couple of the answers. Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you participating in the digital asset space, acquiring assets and holding on to them and earning interest on the assets, right? Because there's a good chance that we're going to move from a debt-based society to a asset-based society. Do you have some, right? According to the WF, they're saying things like, you don't have to own anything. We'll provide it for you. That's not a good look. That is not a good look, right? And so how do we change the things, right? The market, in this country especially, has to understand that you can acquire assets. You don't have to depend upon something coming in the form of stimulus. You don't have to do that, that you can go out and provide for yourself and your family and participate in the free enterprise system. You don't have to, right? And so, right, who out there today can't go out and get them some digital assets? Share with me the person and their situation, their predicament, where they cannot participate, right? Who out there can't purchase some Matic for a penny? Who out there can't purchase some Anchor for less than a penny, some reserve rights for a little over a penny, right? Who out there can't participate? Who out there can't say, you know what, I don't understand a single one of these digital asset things. I don't know any of that stuff. Who can't go out there and participate in Celsius and take their hard-earned cash and put it on the platform in the form of a stable coin and say, I'm good with the 10.5%, 11.5% a year. I've worked for the last 30 years. I don't want to risk it. I just want to earn, decent yield on it, better than decent yield than I'm getting today at 0.05, right? Who out there can't participate? Well, what our job is to do is to let people know that these are available, right? We don't have to be dependent upon a stimulus check, right? So, all right, guys, so I'm going to wrap up this video. Like I do all my videos. The next video I'll do, I'm going to share some really exciting news that's coming out of Celsius. Look for that later today. But I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos. By the way, I think I was able to do what I did because I use Zoom with the video off. So I'm guessing that is less taxing on the computer in terms of render, in terms of the graphics card, right? All of those things and beyond, right? And so I checked the storage and I checked the gigs. I got a lot of gig and storage is pretty good. So next thing I'll look to do is to get a webcam and perhaps update the graphics card if need be. But there it is, video off this time. And when I played YouTube videos, it was no problem. When I played the intro, it was no problem. So Now we'll look later tonight on the stream and see how the stream thing's going to go, right? Because you can't do that with the video off. So we'll have to figure out what we will do there. But guys, listen, I'm excited for you. I don't even know if I went through my thing or not. I think I did. I think I did my ending. Did I do my ending? Baby? Did you hear me do my ending? No. So I'm going to end this video like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. That old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in. Well, we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.